Hello. In this scenario, we're going to show how to put Insider's CDP at the center of the enterprise customer experience journey. Stepping in to put it forward, you see the platform manager, which is the central location where a bird's eye view of everything that is running in the environment is set up. Here we see we have a couple of different core scenarios, and we're going to be focusing in on the Insider CDP scenario today. So let's click into it. Clicking into it, we see a progressive profiling setup. And what that means from a progressive profiling perspective is that as different events of different types happen across multiple different systems or points of customer engagement, they are continuously updated and added into the Insider's CDP environment itself. From a process flow perspective here, there's really three steps in this one. You can expand it out to include multiple different systems, multiple different steps, and have it as expansive and as deep and detailed as you want. For the purposes of this demonstration, we're just looking at how to set the basics up. So in the first scenario, we're going to be connecting a marketing system from Oracle into the CDP from Insider and to establish context going through and then updating various promotions and pages and engagement, et cetera, into that. And that allows the user of the Insider application to get even better and more precise and higher resolution segmentation and understanding of their customer as they're going through it. So let's step into the underneath of this. First thing we're going to do is click on the designer button. That'll take us into first level of integration. On the right-hand side here, you see what happens to a record as it's flowing through the integration. It applies some basic rules to it to make sure that the record has the right values and attributes and maintains the right integrity before it hits the destination of the CDP itself. And this helps you ensure that your data is clean and current and accurate and up to date and is complete and is in compliance with the structures that you need in order to have a better functioning CDP. On the left-hand side here is where we do the data mapping and apply some business rules to it. This one is completed here, but it's very simple. Generally, you click through here and you establish the relationships, and then you apply different functions or business rules and transformations. In this case, you can read them out. In the case here is, if it's a mobile phone number, parse the number, that just means that it's being converted into a format that's easy to read. Somebody who's entered in a string of numbers, this will actually help you kind of manage that out. And then also, permissions management and opt-in, opt-out, etc. So that's really the basics of how an integration looks once it's set up. Let's step into one that's a little bit deeper now, kind of in the second phase of the progressive profiling scenario. Now, this could be from the same system or it could be from another system of engagement, or it could be from a third-party system as well. Clicking on the designer, we step into this here. You'll notice a very similar flow. At the record level, they're checking to make sure that certain fields are populated, that there's an email, the email address is indeed there, or the product ID that's associated with this is indeed there. And if it isn't, hard-coded or call out to a third-party system to make sure that it's populated. A number of fields here do not have a link beside them. This means that the field is unmapped, right? So if you want to map the field and bring it in as part of the integration, it's very simple. You just click on the link, hyperlink there, and then you can map any field that you would like to this here. Arbitrarily, I'm just going to select, the ID because it's not mapped yet, right? And so that means as soon as we hit save down here, that field is now part of the integration scenario is going to be updating the contact or user record or customer record inside of the CDP the next time it flows around. But I'm going to undo that just because it wasn't set up initially and it's not part of this integration here. One other power user feature here is that we have inside of Put It Forward a AI matching engine that is actually going out and interrogating the APIs of all the applications involved to suggest the mapping and the relationships in between the systems. It took a couple of seconds there to go out and say, okay, here's what the logical mapping is in between these different systems, and says, okay, email match to email, and so on and so forth. That's a deeper conversation in terms of how that works. The point of it is that it allows you to go super fast if you need to in terms of mapping structures and relationships with one another, and then being able to apply your transformations and business rules as you see fit. that really is the conclusion of what it means to set up and run through multiple different integration scenarios. You, of course, can also step into reporting to trace route transactions that have gone through and look at the data to make sure that there isn't any issues with it, or if you have to trace back to identify, where a source of data came from or a piece of data came from, you certainly can, and so forth. Thank you for your time and attention. If you'd like to find out more about this, contact us at putitforward.com. Thank you very much.